Hello, family. I'm Dr. Frank, and I'm grateful to be back here today to discuss the business of sleep. What is sleep? It's that process of rest. We have 5 phases. We have phase 1, which is the wake sleep, and then we have NREM sleep, divided in 3 phases. NREM, it stands for non-rapid eye movement, which is the phase where you go from the light phase, which is the stage 1 of that NREM sleep, stage 2, which is moderate sleep, and stage 3, which is the deep phase of sleep. And then we have the REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, which is believed to be the phase when we dream. So now let's talk about the business of sleep. Most people want to sleep at night. That is how God designed our body to get rest at night and sleep and work during the day. It's a process of resting, restoring your body. Now, science says we need 8 hours of sleep. Is that true? Well, I can attest to the fact that it's pretty hard to sleep 8 hours a night unless you have so much time. But honestly, let's go through the watches so we understand the clock of the spiritual world. We have the daytime, which is from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. We have nighttime from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Now we have watches that are in increment of 3 hours. So from 6 to 9 a.m. we have the first phase of the first watch of the day. From 9 to 12, the second watch of the day. From 12 to 3 p.m., the third watch of the day. Remember that Jesus died at 3 p.m., which is truly the beginning of the fourth watch of the day. The fourth watch of the day is when God comes and cancels all activities of demonic spirits and now prepare us for the night. Now we have the night watches, which are from 6 to 9 p.m. We have the first watch of the night. From 9 to 12, which is midnight, we have the second watch of the night. Midnight is where satanic agents get together to plan their attacks. So many times we want to pray at that particular moment. And then we have the third watch of the night, which is from midnight to 3 a.m. At 3 a.m., it's also a critical time when a lot of times demonic spirits get together to launch attack. And then we have the fourth watch, which is the very critical watch of the night, which is when we call it the divine visitation of God. That's when God comes and cancels all spiritual attacks of the night and prepares us for the day. Now, knowing those watches, why would you want to sleep 8 hours? If you sleep 8 hours, you pretty much go through at least 2 watches without prayers. That's you setting yourself up for spiritual death. You don't want to do that at night. Unless you fragment your sleep, okay. But honestly, what's more important is quality of sleep. Let's look at what God thinks about sleep. If you look at Psalm chapter 127, verse 2, it says that if you have a good relationship with God, He gives you good sleep. So that's God's commitment to you. So you can prepare your night with good prayer and, good intimacy with God, and He will honor His word. Now, if you look further, many times people have trouble sleeping because of anxiety. So you have Psalm chapter 4, verse 8, talks about going to bed in peace. You have Proverbs chapter 3, verse 24, talks about going to bed in peace and avoiding being afraid. So in other words, God will prevent you from being afraid. You tackle that issue of anxiety in the place of prayer, and God put you to sleep naturally. But then God tells you in Proverbs chapter 6, verse 9 to 11, God warns you on the fact that you shouldn't be sleeping too much. And He asks that you actually get out of bed at some point. But honestly, the agenda of God is for you to get out of bed to pray. A lot of times we are awakened in the middle of the night. All we do is we go to the bathroom and come back sleep. No. God does not wake you up just to go back to sleep. You got to pray when you are awakened. And he doesn't like you not sleeping. Now, another very interesting scripture is in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 13. He clearly says, do not love sleep. So I've made up my mind. I don't love sleep. I don't want to love sleep. I want to make sure that when I'm ready to go to bed, I crash on my bed and I sleep right away. And then as soon as I'm awakened up, it can be an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, it doesn't matter. In fact, that 8-hour rule for me, it's really between 4 and 5 hours. The rest of the time is prayer and Bible study. The Bible ensures you that if you have a good relationship with God, a good intimacy with God, you live longer. So now when science says, oh, you live longer if you sleep 8 hours, all right, we have a creator that has allowed us to pray and sleep at our pace. God really does not define how many hours you need in the Bible. Interesting enough, what matters here is the quality of your sleep. Quality. I am telling you, you don't need that many hours. I am fine when I wake up early, 6, 7, whatever. I am fine if I have 4 or 5 hours of sleep. What matters is how much I am intimate with God. And I know that God will restore my tissues, my cells, as much as I am close to him and I obey to his command. If you like this message, I implore you, share this message, write your comments. We can have an interactive discussion about sleep, and we will talk to you later. God bless you.